Hello, my natural hair divas. I am here today to discuss the word porosity. Now, I know you've been seeing this word float around a whole lot in your natural hair blogs and videos, as well as postings. So I thought maybe that this little video will help you have a better understanding of that word. Now, the word porosity comes from the word porous, and it just simply means its ability to be able to absorb moisture. Okay, so when you see the word high porosity, low porosity, as well as medium porosity, that just simply means its ability to be able to absorb moisture into the hair shaft, hair strand itself. So I have a couple of things here that I want to show you. I have some sponges. You have one that's going to be high porosity, medium porosity, as well as low porosity. I also have some water, a bowl of water here. I also have a couple of oils. I have one essential oil as one fatty oil, which is a coconut oil. Okay, and each one of these products basically are really good for the hair. However, it depends on the porosity of the hair as its ability to be able to absorb it in the hair shaft. So I thought maybe I could do a little demo for you to give you a better understanding of what this means. Now, when your hair is high porosity, that means the hair typically has an ability to absorb a lot of moisture. But the problem is it won't be able to retain the moisture. Okay? Then you have your medium, which is ideally the best one because you can absorb the moisture as well as retain it. And the low porosity, which is the inability to absorb as much moisture as well as being able to retain it. So I'm going to show you a little video on how this works, a little demo as to how this works. High porosity. Now, as you can see, I've dipped this in the water because we've already understand that high porosity hair has the ability to absorb a lot of moisture. So you see how all that water is coming through. It's absorbing. So then we say, okay, well, I'm going to put some oil on it, on the hair strand. So it's absorbing it. But look how much water is still coming out. And I'm sure with all that, so is that oil. Now I'm going to get some fatty acid. Now this is coconut oil. And I'm going to put it over the top of that. Now this is what we do when we add our creams and our oils to it. Sure, it's in there, but there's still moisture coming out. And I'm not even squeezing it. It's still coming out. So this is the inability to be able to absorb and maintain the moisture in your hair. Hence why a lot of times you might say, well, I put a lot of water and I make sure I spray my hair really good and I make sure I always keep a water bottle with me. But for whatever reason, my hair still ends up dry. Okay? Now let's talk about low porosity. Low porosity is the inability to absorb moisture. Okay, so it might get a little bit of moisture in there, but it's still dry, right? So we're gonna dip this on this side and let it sit on as long as it can stand it. So it's wet, as you can see, but it still feels dry. Why? Wonder why. Okay. So, well, all right. Well, I'll put some oil on it. Got a little essential oil that I'm putting on there. Can you see that that oil is sitting on the very top of that? So there's nothing really getting in, just sitting on top. All right, well, that didn't work. So let me put a little bit of a fatty oil, some coconut oil on it. That didn't work either because it's sitting on top. So now, even though that you're putting the oil in there, you actually put your essential oil in there, which is the least densest oil, and you've even have moisture in there, but it's still dry. That's considered low porosity. But the ideal would be medium porosity. Now, what generally happens with medium porosity is that the hair strand is able to absorb the moisture, but it's also able to maintain it. It's able to keep it in as much as possible. So we're going to dip. And we're not going to get it as sopping wet. Now, as you can see, some moisture is coming through, but a lot of it is still maintained. Okay, and it has a nice spongy feel to it, so it's not like the hair is sopping. It's just simply a nice spongy texture to it that's ready to receive that oil, ready to receive that moisture. So even once you put your oil in, your essential oil, which is the less denser of the oils, it's going to absorb it in, and it's going to hold it in. And you can put a little bit of essential oil to it. You can rub it in. And what that does, it simply locks it in. Nothing's coming out. So ideally, you want the medium. So I hope that explains porosity level a little bit better for you. And be sure to check out my videos on Artistry by Teresa on IG, Instagram, as well as Facebook. I am also doing a webinar. I'm pretty sure you guys have been seeing it. So I'm going to talk a lot more about this concept and how do you get your hair to be medium and less of these. So look forward to seeing you. Please check out my webinar. Click on the link. You will see where you can actually sign up for it at that point. Those links will be on either in my bio for Instagram as well as in Facebook. It will be in the actual page itself. Talk to you later. Thank you.